Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Priya Mistry and I'm a general dentist with a practice dedicated to taking care of patients with TMJ disorders. Today's video is about NUCCA chiropractors, who they are, what they do, and why it's been so beneficial to my patients. Before we get right into it, I do want to take a moment to thank my 500 and above subscribers. So I just want to thank you guys so much. I really do feel honored that you want to subscribe to my channel and be a part of this journey with me. I want to take a very special moment to thank my very sweet nephew, Roshan. He has been so supportive and so confident that my channel will do well, and I just want to say thank you, and I love you, and I miss you. So moving forward, what is a NUCCA chiropractor? N-U-C-C-A, NUCCA, National Upper Cervical Chiropractic Association is what that stands for. So NUCCA is a technique that is designed to align the head, the neck, and the cervical vertebrae up properly, particularly the first cervical vertebra, and that is called the atlas. Our atlas holds a significant weight of our heads. It basically holds our heads on straight. When the atlas or the first cervical vertebra is misaligned, it can lead to abnormal proprioceptive or sensory input. This can then lead to muscle spasms that affect the entire cervical area here, and that can then feed up and affect the muscles of the head, neck, and jaw, as well as the jaw joints themselves. So sometimes just the atlas being misaligned or out can lead to all these symptoms, and sometimes it's a combination of the atlas being misaligned along with an imbalanced bite, other postural issues throughout the body that feed up, nutritional deficiencies, airway issues like sleep apnea. All of those can add up together and lead to jaw dysfunction. But the cervical vertebrae are an important aspect of all of this. And as TMJ doctors, we should be evaluating those cervical vertebrae and making the referrals when necessary. So when the atlas is out of alignment, it can also pinch the vertebral artery, which brings fresh blood flow to the brain. So this negatively, of course, impacts the brain if it's not getting adequate and fresh blood supply. Another thing that can happen when the atlas is misaligned is that the brainstem and the spinal cord don't line up, and this will negatively affect the central nervous system by putting pressure on the brainstem. Another thing that can happen is that the muscles that all attach to that atlas, especially the suboccipital muscles, will go into spasm as mentioned before. And again, when they do that, that affects all the muscles in this whole complex, as well as these joints. So typical symptoms that we see when all of this sort of comes together and creates TMJD is headaches, neck pain, jaw joint noises, or even locking itself of the jaw or catching. Other symptoms that come along with the atlas being misaligned are neuralgia, asthma, allergies, tingling in the extremities, vertigo, nausea, and the list just goes on and on and on. And again, if this vertebra is holding our heads up, it makes sense that if it's out of alignment, it can affect a lot of different things. The work of some key NUCCA chiropractors in our area, particularly Atlas Spinal Care in Vancouver, Washington, and Dr. Tony Ilo in Portland, Oregon, has been essential to the treatment and recovery of some of our patients. What the NUCCA chiropractor does is they take a series of x-rays and some very specific measurements that they use and analyze to make a diagnosis. Once they make their diagnosis, they then move along to treatment itself, and they do a series of adjustments. So the adjustments with the NUCCA chiropractor are low velocity. They're not forceful or jerky or painful. And they're typically done with the patient lying on their side with their neck in a neutral position. And then either a percussion instrument or a hand is used to actually very slowly and in a subtle fashion sort of encourage that atlas to go back into alignment. So these adjustments take 3 to 5 seconds with subtle pressure, and a lot of my patients come back and they say, I barely felt like anything was even happening, but then they feel enormous benefit from it. At Atlas Spinal Care specifically, who we work with frequently, they use a technique called Atlas orthogonal. So they use the same analysis as NUCCA, but to do the adjustments, they use the percussion instrument instead of their hands. But we still get great results from both Dr. Ilo and the doctors over at Atlas Spinal Care, which is great. NUCCA adjustments aim to reduce stress in the body, promote self-healing, bring back body balance, and proper spinal alignment. With the Atlas back in proper alignment, the pressure is taken off the vertebral artery and fresh blood flow is allowed in full abundance to the brain. Along with this, pressure is taken off of the brainstem, and the brainstem and spinal cord are then in proper alignment, which decreases stress on the central nervous system. And lastly, by restoring balance in the body, tight and painful muscles can finally relax and stress is removed from inflamed and overworked joints, including the temporomandibular joints. The average patient sees a greater than 50% reduction in postural distortion within 2 to 3 days of their initial visit. So that's pretty amazing. So when we send our patients to a NUCCA chiropractor, we ask them to come see us within 24 hours of their adjustment. And the reason for this is when the NUCCA chiropractor does their amazing work, it does affect the head posture. And if the head posture is affected, it will then affect the bite against the splint or our orthotic. So we want to make sure that our orthotic and the adjustments by the NUCCA chiropractor are working together and not fighting each other. So we always make sure that we have our patients return to us in a timely manner so that we are setting them up for success and the best possible outcome. So does every single one of our patients need to see a NUCCA chiropractor? No. But do some of them? Yes, and they benefit greatly from it. So that, my friends, is what a NUCCA chiropractor is and what they do, and they are just amazing. I can't say enough good things about them, especially the ones that we work with. So thank you all for listening. If you liked what you heard or you learned something, click like below, subscribe to my channel, do all the things. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. I'm happy to answer them. And I hope to see you all soon. I will be having some patient testimonials up, hopefully in the next month on this channel, as that's been a popular request. So thanks again and see you all later.